Hey everybody, happy October. I am like so pumped. First day of the month, it's a Monday. We have so many awesome things. Did you guys see all of the incredible doTERRA deals? Like, it's insane. That's not why I got on here. Hopefully you guys checked out the oil club. I posted a lot. I was in there like all morning. I posted all the deals. The convention kit is coming out tomorrow. How many people are gonna get that? It's just like huge, huge, huge. So basically, 200 point order, they get the free citrus oils, right? The red mandarin, the quombat, and clementine, right? They're awesome, beautiful citrus oils. It's a limited time only to get those with the 200 order, right? And then if you guys put that in your LRP before the 15th of the month, you get the free lemon too, which is huge, right? So that's not why I got on here. I actually have a really cool incentive for October for Just Advocates. So that's why I'm doing it in this oil leadership team page. So go to the oil club to find all the oil videos. I'm probably gonna get on to my Essential Oils for Moms page tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time to do an official like promo, like oil promo video and share like all the oils and what's in a dream box, the convention kit. Hey guys, hey Paula, hey Amy, Kristen, Aaron, Melissa, Kelly, Sarah, welcome everybody. Okay, so there's that. I posted the top and rollers. Awesome job, you guys are like seriously kicking butt. Last month was awesome. I'm gonna be posting new ranks coming up here in a little bit. And let's see, there's another thing I was gonna say too. But anyway, I only have, hey Becky, I only have a few minutes. I was gonna do this tomorrow when like I bleached my hair and whatnot and looked good, but instead I'm just getting on here and doing it today because I'm just so excited. So with the promo, right, we're gonna get a lot of customers and it's awesome. Like, we have so much momentum. How many of you guys feel the momentum that is happening? It is so crazy. Everyone's pumped up from the convention, whether they went or not. Hey Stephanie. And our customers are excited. We are done with like back to school stuff, right? Everyone's pretty much in a routine. We're not at like Christmas yet or Thanksgiving. A lot of us started Rachel Hollis's last 90 days. If you don't know what that is, go to her website and look up the last 90 days. But basically today's also, there's 90 days left of the year. So we're doing like this huge push, the last 90 days to basically whatever goal you have with your life, right? With health, fitness, finances, business, anything that you have, this is the time to really put in the effort, right? For the last 90 days. And so, sorry, this was like a little bit uneven. So let me just fix that. Okay, so one other thing that I was thinking about this, because last month I started getting back to, we slowed down with these three-way calls, if you know what I'm talking about, three-way call, over the summer, and then we started getting back at them again last month, and they have been awesome. So what I wanted to do is kind of put an incentive around that and kind of sharing the business side, because I really feel like with what we have going on, we're going to get customers left and right, right? It's not that it's easy to get customers, but there's so much excitement that if somebody wants it, it's there for them. They can get free goodies. We have an amazing established oil community with information and the LRP giveaway and all these really cool things going on. And also, if you guys are ordering every month and you're on LRP, please enter, because one, I want you guys to win, but two, your customers will be seeing what you're doing and then they'll post their LRP. And this month is a double entry. If you order the convention kit, the dream kit, you're gonna get 2 entries. But anyway, okay. Back to the incentive. So what I'm doing, or what I'm offering to anybody on our oil leadership team, anyone in this group, anyone who's listening right now, let's see, I'm looking at the time, 2:17, a few minutes. What I'm doing is if anybody brings me or your leader, so if your leader knows how to do this, or maybe if they don't, maybe I'll do the first one, they can listen in and they can do the second ones. So if anyone brings a potential person, right, like a lead or a prospect, although I don't like those words as much, but they're like someone who's interested in joining you in business, not more than a share. So more than, hey, I'm just gonna casually post about it on Instagram and see what happens, but someone who really wants to maybe do this as a business, right? Or find out more information, okay? then when you bring me 3 people, again, or your leader, if you don't know if your leader or the person got you started does that, ask them. And then there could be multiple people up until it gets to someone who knows how to do it. And if not, if they're not available, then I will do it. Then it's basically the first call is a call that I do that it's a get to know you call. So basically, if you bring somebody to me and I'll tell you what to do, you literally mute yourself and I do the call. And we're, like I said, it's a get to know you call. It's not even really about doTERRA at that point. It's just, who are they? What do they want? What are their goals? Why are we talking? Like, I want to find everything about them, right? And then the second call, so if they make it through that call, and then we'll talk a little bit about doTERRA at the end, or a little bit about, I'll share my story, our team story, and then to find out the really nuts and bolts of doTERRA and the business. Then they get on the second call, and the second call is a draw out the plan call, where it's like a strategy call or a business plan call, where I'll have them draw out all the circles of how to build the structure, what's Elite look like, and Premier, and Silver, and Diamond, and we go through the averages of the ranks, and how much the average person earns, and all of that. And so basically, if you bring me 3 people to do both of those calls with in the month of October, I'm going to give you a $100 gift card to Amazon as like a little incentive or treat. And you can do it multiple times. So if you brought 6 people, you'll get 2 cards, right? 2 gift cards. And you can do whatever you want with the $100. You can gift it to someone. You can use it to buy roller bottles. You can use it to buy, paper towels. I don't care, whatever you want to buy. Anything that you think would be great for yourself. So that's what I am proposing. I was thinking of it last week. I was kind of stewing on this idea, and at first I was going to have you bring 3 in a week, but I thought that might be a little much. So I'm spreading it out for the month, but I'm giving you the opportunity to do it multiple times. So if it was 9, you'd get $300, right? If you brought 9 people, right? So there's unlimited amount of times you can do that, but they have to go through both calls. The first call is about a half hour. The second call is about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how many questions they have, basically. Okay, so tag your teams, because you want your team doing this, because the idea of it is ideally at the end they join, right? To get the $100 from me, they do not have to join. You have to just have them go through the process, right? But obviously we're not trying to waste your time or my time or anyone's time, so they have to be real people that want to go through it. But if you brought 3 people and no one joined, that's okay. You're still gonna get the $100 from Amazon, because I want you in action. We can't control what people do. We can only control what we do. So if we do the work, obviously people will come, right? So the way, when I first got started, I did a lot of these. I have built my whole business through these calls, you guys, and I don't talk about it as enough because sometimes I feel like, oh, there's so much, we should talk about the oils and this and that, but at the same time, I wouldn't be where I am right now if I didn't do it, and if I didn't have that business mindset. And a lot of us are really serious about our business. If this does not interest you, you don't have to. It's just something that I thought would be fun and a way to grow this month, and a way to double or triple your business. I just thought it'd be a great way. Even if you brought, if everyone on you and your team brought 1 person in, that's double of your business, and then ideally, if that person came in, we can offer them the same thing for them to bring 3 people in, and then so forth. So it just keeps growing. So anyway, what I did was, when I first joined, I literally wrote up my list, right? We all make our lists, but then sometimes you don't know what to say to them. You're like, I have my list. Okay, I've got it here. What do I do with it? And so I literally wrote down the 7 characteristics of things we're looking for, which I've talked about in other videos. Hopefully you've seen it. Raise your hand if you know anything I'm talking about. But 1, they're CCs. They're capable and committed. Our upline, triple diamond, Elise Edify talks about this. They're capable of doing a class. They're capable of doing a phone call. They're just capable, right? They're committed. So they do what they say they're going to do, which is huge, right? So you're looking for people in your top spots, or your quality leads, or let's say you want to just restart everything and just find new awesome people. Let's say none of their people were worked out. So capable and committed are your best people, right? So look for those two things, those two qualities of people. Then the 7 characteristics, most likely they are women, ages 35 to 45 on average, right? If they're married, they have a supportive spouse. They are natural minded. They have an entrepreneurial mindset. They are influential, and they have financial need or want, right? If they have 7 out of the 7, they're amazing. But if they have 5, 6, or 7 of those things, then they're going to be like a really awesome person to work with, right? Plus other things, like things that I would be looking for, right? They're savvy on social media. Like for me, my things, they're hardworking, they're self-motivated. They're going to plug into podcasts, personal development, whether I talk to them or not. Like they're wanting to become the best version of themselves for themselves. Like I don't want to manage or have an employee or any of that kind of stuff. Like I want someone to be very self-motivated and take ownership of their own business, right? They're influential. They have a lot of people. Maybe they have a big Instagram following, or maybe they're just influential with their MOPS group or wherever. It doesn't matter. But the other thing is I want to like them. I want to be able to have a conversation with them. They're not afraid of getting on the phone. They're not afraid of learning something new. They know it's going to take a lot of time in the beginning and have that delayed gratification, so be clear on who you're looking for. So anyway, I have my list out, and so I know who I'm looking for, and you can start the top people on your team, on your list of people that you would love to work with, right? And then the way I contacted majority of my people, it was so simple. I just said, hey, I have something I want to run by you. Can we get on the phone, right? Because I just did that on Facebook, because this cannot be done on Messenger. It just can't, because it's not personal and they can't feel you, and then it just looks like you're one of those people that just messages every single person you know, right? And that's not the case. We're professional. We're really looking for someone specific, and not everyone is invited to, there's a spot for everybody, but not everyone is going to be like the exact person that you're looking for, right? Does it make sense? So I took it off of Facebook, and I said, and plus having them say you want to talk on the phone, that just means like, hey, this is something that's serious, because nobody gets on the phone anymore, like nobody. So that just sets you apart, right? And then you could either do a Facebook call, because it's so easy. You can talk right then if you have time and they have time, or you can set up a call. The first 5 minutes is something like, hey, I have something I want to talk to you about, but first, I would love to hear what's going on in your life. Maybe you haven't talked to them in several years. That happens. Some of our best people were like, dang it, I forgot to, actually be friends with my friends. That happens, right? So you want to catch up and then say like, yeah, there was something I was going to talk to you about. So and then this is where your story comes in. So maybe you've been doing this for a while, or maybe you just got started like literally this morning, or whatever in between, or maybe you've just been watching and you're ready to actually get started. Everyone is in their own spot, so whatever that is, you could say like, hey, I've been using the oils for so long, like I fell in love with them, I'm like going full force and I'm like gonna change the world, whatever it is. Or I'm in transition and I started something new, I'm just super pumped. Tell them like what your story is so they know. And then what I said is, hey, I am serious, I'm excited, and I have a huge network of people that I have a huge network, right? And I'm looking for only a certain kind of person right now. The kind of person I'm looking for is, and then I will list off the things I'm looking for, they're women, age 35 to 45, blah, blah, blah. You can kind of tweak it how you want, if you want, and then say, the reason I thought of you, Paula, or Joey, or Sarah, or Danielle, or whatever, is because you're so hardworking. You're a wonderful mom. You're always on looking for the best things to give your kids. You're always posting inspirational things on Facebook. I know you love oils, or I know you're always working out, or I know you're always posting about books you're reading and you're so inspiring. Like whatever it is that's personal to that person, or you're entrepreneurial, or I know you were just posting about you wanting to get out of debt. Whatever it is, make it personal to that person, right? Because people can tell when people are fake, right? And they just want to hang up on you and unfriend you and block you and all those crazy things. So be very personal and sincere and tell them why you thought of them and say, I'd love to work with you. I only have 2 or 3 spots. depending on where you are in your business, but like when I first got started, I'm like, I only have 2 to 3 spots, and I thought of you because have you ever thought of this? And then I just asked them. It's either yes, no, or maybe. Those are the only things they can say to you. I had yeses, nos, and maybes. I've had lots of no's, so don't be afraid of that or think, oh, I'm going to get a no. That's, who cares what they say, right? And plus, people change their mind, okay? It's like the girl doing the coffee at the restaurant. She's just going to ask everybody if they want coffee, and she's not going to be hurt feelings if they say no, right? That means she just moves on to the next person. Remember, you have a list of like 100 names, so just do the work, and then somebody will say maybe or yes. And so when they say maybe or yes, they've thought about it. They'll say, well, I'm not really sure. What does that mean? Then you say, awesome. Well, the way the process is, or the protocol is, or the next step is, and I let them know I have a step. You know, so I speak with confidence and like posture. Say, great, awesome. The next step is we do this. The protocol is this. So then they know that we know what we're doing. Even if you've never done it before and you have no clue what you're doing, it sounds like you know what you're doing. And then that's not the time to throw up doTERRA all over their stuff. You know, you're just saying the next step is that we are going to talk with whoever it is going to be. If it's going to be me, if it's going to be Becky or Nikki or Claire or anyone, Shelly, anyone who does these calls. And if you're not doing the calls, then I highly suggest you, when you bring someone, you listen on and you take notes, a lot of notes, because at some point in your business you'll be doing these, right? And so anyway, so then you edify the person who you're going to be doing the calls with. So if it was me, I'm going to say this not to be a big-headed ego person right now, but just say, oh, you should, we're gonna get with Bonnie because we're partners in business, and she hit one of the higher ranks in 5 months, and she works at home with her 4 kids, and whatever. You could just edify whoever you're gonna be bringing the person to, just because they wanna know why they're talking to that person, right? And then you don't have to feel like you're the expert and know everything, because you're bringing them to the expert, right? And then when you get on the call, and I'm actually going to set up, I had a scheduler and I canceled it, and then now I'm going to put my scheduler back up. But if you start making calls before I get my scheduler back up, just message me with some times, and you give your person 2 times. Just does Tuesday or Thursday at 9 a.m. work best for you, right? So don't leave it open-ended. And so we're going to make this call. When we get on this call, this is the way it works. You introduce us. So if Shelly is bringing on Jenna, then she says, oh, Bonnie, this is Jenna, I cannot wait for you to meet her. She's so awesome, and she's this and this and this, and then she's going to edify the heck out of her. Not because, well, how do I put it? For multiple reasons. 1, you want to make her feel good, but 2, it's telling me information about Jenna that I'm going to use while I'm talking to her. If I know that she's a mom and she really cares about using safe products for her family, I'm going to talk about those things. If she says Jenna just lost her job and they desperately need money and blah, 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 then I'm going to be talking about the income, more probably than healing hands. Do you know what I mean? So it helps with what we're going to talk about, but also makes her feel really good. And she's like, yeah, I can do this. I am motivated. I am like influential. Wow, I would be awesome. And then she feels really good that she's at this call. Then Shelly would say, Jenna, this is Bonnie, and I want you to meet Bonnie because of this, this, and this. And then you do that. And then Shelly mutes herself, and I say, oh my gosh, Jenna, it's so great to meet you. Shelly is wonderful. She's this, this, and this, and this. She hit diamond here, and she is like, the most wonderful person to talk to, have a conversation with anybody, whatever. And then I edify Jenna or Shelly, because then we all have been edified. We all feel really good. We're positive. We're upbeat. We are... Shelly, I've got to go in a minute. My kids get off school. Otherwise, I would totally bring you on. I'm supposed to be there in literally 8 minutes. So anyway, that's why I'm like talking so fast. But anyway, so everyone feels good. Everyone knows each other. It's positive. It's real. None of this is fake. It's all just real stuff, guys. And I learned all of this from Danny Johnson. I don't follow her stuff as much anymore, but I used to, and that's where I learned all these techniques. But it really does work. And then Shelly mutes herself, And then I just ask Jenna a lot of questions, and I'm taking notes and I'm learning about her, and it's just stuff like, is she a good fit? Like, we're not bringing credit cards out, we're not being salesy or gross or weird or anything that's like you would be embarrassed to bring somebody to a call. It's very light. It's very like we leave the call with a new friend. Do you know what I mean? We try to be friends on Facebook. We try to get to know each other. We know each other's kids, their names. You know, it's very much relationship building. Then they'll maybe ask a few questions. I'm asking everything about them. How much, you know, as far as the business, how much do they want to make, how fast, why. I know it all at the end of that call, like a huge page or two of notes on them. And then what I'm going to do is that next call, so after you get off that call, we'll say, oh my gosh, that's awesome. You know, can you talk again tomorrow at this time or 2 days at this time? And then I'm like, that's going to be a strategy call. I'm going to have you take notes. And then I write everything out for them, right? And then we get on the phone call again. Shelly mutes herself, doesn't say a word as she's writing her own notes to see how I do things and what I do. And then I go over everything and I try to bring her goals into it. So I'll say, Jenna, I know that you really want to make $2,000 a month. You know, the silver is $2,100 to $2,500 a month on average, but it could take 6 to 12 months to get the average. If you go for gold, that's the average of $4,800 a month. And if it's half of that, you're still at your goal. Like, we'll kind of make it unique to that person's goals, right? And we can say, hey, if you thought of any friends since then, we can start figuring out what their next steps are. Does that make sense? I know I just said a whole bunch of stuff really fast. So if somebody gets through those 2 calls, again, if you bring 3 people and they get through those calls, and I tell you it's not scary, and I'm not scary if I do it. Whoever your leader is who does the calls, not scary. You guys, we're just one person talking to another person, and if at the end, if they're not interested, then that's okay, because you learned, and that person is just saying it's not right now for them. But if most likely if they get it through 2 calls, they're in. And if they're not in with the business, they're in with the product, right? And they're in with our community because they just liked what we did, and nobody leaves with a weird feeling. They just feel like, wow, that person really cared about me. Okay. So anyway, the goal is to get at least 3 of those in. You don't need to do this if you don't want. If this sounds like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing it, if it's too heavy for you, don't do it. But if you are wanting to go to the next step and you're like, oh my gosh, that's what I'm missing in my business, that would be awesome. Of course, people can sign up as advocates on their own, right? Like, let's say they happen to go on your website and they sign up for one. We can do these calls after they join. If that's the case, I'm never going to say, stop, don't join, we didn't do the call yet, right? Because that happens to me where I have people join first, and then I'm like, okay, now here's the process, right? Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? In our Oil Leadership Team page on Facebook, so we're on Facebook here, let me see, I don't remember the name of what it's called, but I have files that have all of the information that I'll be saying on the calls in order, like what kind of questions. I don't ask all of those. Those are just like guiding questions of things like I say if I don't know what to say next, I will look at those. And let's see here. And then, sorry, just trying to find the group. And then questions about if you want to know, like, okay, the average elite does this, the average premier does that. All that's in the files. Okay, it doesn't have the circles, but I've done multiple videos on those circles, but I just take the information, I put it into a visual, and I have them write it down. I have to go. I don't want to be late picking the kids up. I was trying to find it for you guys here, but just search files, and it's like one of the very first things that I was ever posted into this group. One is called Top Qualities, or Qualities of Top Leaders, Conversations with New People, doTERRA onboarding process, maybe. Anyway, there's different things on there. 10 tips for to an effective business plan call. That might be on there. Anyway, there's multiple really good stuff. But go to the very first things I ever posted. It was in 2016. So one of the very first things that we did. So Let me know if you guys want to set up calls. I'm like super pumped about this, guys, because as we're doing everything else, I know I just want to, I didn't want to like confuse you with one more thing, but just more awesomeness. So again, if it stresses you out, don't do it. But if you want to run with it, then bring the people. Let's grow your team, okay? And it works really fast. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.